Welcome to the Unstoppable Profit Podcast. This podcast will give independent insurance agents all of the tools to grow your business and live life on your terms. Wherever you are today, if you're starting with nothing or well on your way to the success you desire, with the right people, processes, and promotions in place, you will be unstoppable. And now I'd like to introduce your host, Mike Stromsoe.
Greetings, everybody, and welcome to the next episode of the Unstoppable Profit Podcast. I'm going to share something with you today from the core, from the absolute core. And it's something that I've become absolutely passionate about. I've been studying for more than 5 years. It's something that we implemented in the insurance agency business almost those 5 years ago. And I'm going to take you through a journey in this episode of what I learned about the core. And I want to give you a thought process right now. And I hope you ink this. Don't just think this. And if you're driving and listening to this podcast, thank you. When you get to a place where you can, please ink this because it's so vitally important. If you don't know why you do what you do, how can other people, including your team, possibly decide to follow you or join your team? Let me repeat that one. If you don't know why you do what you do, how can other people, including your team, possibly decide to follow you or join your team? The good news is there's an absolute way to create this, to document this, to put all of this in a place where people will want to follow you, where people will accept less money to join your team because of why you do what you do, because of who you are, and it will be easy for you to share this story. That is what I want to share with you today in this episode of the Unstoppable Profit Podcast. It's become something that I'm absolutely passionate about, and this work will never be done. I am studying right now more than I ever have in my journey, and I am getting greater benefit from that study. I've got 2 books going on right now. I'm going to reference both of those in this podcast. One of them is the most recent book by John Maxwell, The 16 Undeniable Laws of Communication. And it's been part of my inspiration for these thoughts to share with you today. I was reminded in my early morning study just this morning, the reason for helping people must also be your desire to add value for them and to them. That's got to be why you do what you do. And he reminded me that Simon Sinek said, and I absolutely believe this, people don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. And so I challenge you today. Why do you do what you do? Why do you work so hard in the agency business to bring products and protection and service of unequaled excellence to the marketplace? Why do you work so hard as an independent, juggling different companies to provide options for people so they have choices? Not just one choice, multiple choices as an independent insurance agency. You know, one of the things that I memorized because I said it so many times, we work for you, the customer, first. We're not beholden to any one company. We work for a number of different companies to provide you options, to bring you the best value. Here comes value again for your insurance dollar. Make sure your desire is to add value to them. And I'm also going through a book called Cause. The book Cause by Jackie and Kevin Friedberg, a business strategy for standing out in a sea of sameness. Look at what everybody else is doing out there and do the opposite. But bigger than that, add in why you do what you do. If you don't know why you do what you do, how can other people possibly follow you? And in this book by Jackie and Kevin, they talk about who are we? Why do we exist? What's noble and heroic about what we do? How are you painting that picture so people can visually see why you're doing what you're doing? They outline a number of iconic global companies who work through this, who know this, including our friends at National Life, Alliance Group Life, one of the friends of UPP, Vitas Gapsevich, Lee Duncan, and the team at Alliance Group Life. National Life is profiled in this book. So here's the good news for you today. It's your turn to give history a shove and to rise to the occasion of bringing why you do what you do to the table. And I encourage you to do so. So you might be thinking, all right, Mike, this sounds great, but where do I start? Thank you. Thank you for joining me today, because I'm going to share with you where you start. It's at the core, which is your core values. And we have worked to refine our core values in the agency business. We have worked to refine our core values in our UPP team operations, and we have gotten crystal clear. And I'm going to take you through just part of that process. And my great goal, my reason for existing, is to help you get clear on why you do what you do. Because people don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. And you're not going to be everything to everybody. You don't need everybody. You just need a few thousand who also believe the same thing. Why you do what you do. Because the goal is to do business with people who believe what you believe, including your team. It's part of the recruiting and attraction process. So I'm going to walk you through some thoughts on core values, okay? Because you want to learn to think and communicate from the inside out. You know, I've told the story for years. If I was able to drive my fingertips into my chest and rip my chest open, and I was in kind of a police lineup with all my team members, and they did the same thing, what would people see inside of you? That's at the core. Think, act, and communicate from the inside out. What's inside of you? People don't buy what you do. They buy why you do it. So, core values. Just some thought processes for you. And if you want to stop, pause, and write this down, stop, pause, and write this down. Many of you use Otter AI, I get that, or other dictation recording systems. I too do the same thing. Please, whatever it takes to help you so you can bring your why and your value to the marketplace. Your core values, they are internal and external. Internal and external. This is the beginning of you actually creating core values for your organization or refining your core values if you already have some. Make sure they match and meet what you want to bring to the marketplace. They are internal and external. You're out there in the marketplace at networking events, whatever it is. They are internal and external. They are a small set of essential and timeless guiding principles. A small set of essential and guiding timeless principles. There is no time limit on your core values, okay? 3 to 7 is the general rule of thumb, but less is more. If you have just 3, if you have just 4, make sure they're at the core of why you do what you do and who you are. Okay. They're what define your culture. Peter Drucker said, culture eats strategy and everything else for breakfast. It's your culture, your invisible architecture inside your organization. You've got to make sure that that's right all of the time. And you cannot let anybody or anything infect your culture because it will push you and drag you in the wrong direction. Your core values are what define your culture. And no two companies have the same core values. Everybody's are different based on who you are as an organization and why you do what you do. And by the way, this is not something that you will wake up tomorrow or after you watch or listen to this and within an hour or two it'll all be done. It doesn't. No. It takes time. But once you get there, it's a very special, wonderful place to be. They attract people to your organization. Again, it talks about that in this book, Cause. Absolutely awesome. It talks about stories of people who join organizations because of why they do what they do and who they are, their invisible architecture and their core values, even though they were offered more money somewhere else. People generally don't join a company for the money first. And if they do, my question for you is, are they patriots or mercenaries? And that's a whole nother training that I do. Generally, the best people who with the right heart at the core, they're not money driven first. Yeah, money's important, but why you do what you do and who you are at the core. You hire, terminate, praise and recognize, discipline, and reward, all based on your core values. And they are discovered. It takes time. So some quick steps for you on creating your core values. Number one, form a group of team members that you would like to have participate in the exercise. It's your choice. Have each participating team member list 3 people, if they could clone them, who lead your organization to market domination as an insurance agency. These 3 people should preferably come from within inside the organization, but if you don't have that many people, that's fine. It doesn't matter. They don't have to be inside your walls. Once each person has his or 3, post the names of all of these people on a whiteboard or a flip chart page, whatever it is, for everybody to see. Step 2, go over the names and list the characteristics that those people embody. What are the qualities that they exemplify? Who are they? Why? Why are they admired so? What do they do that puts them on that list? Start with a long list so you can see all of the possibilities. To help with your thought process, we've got a list of real-world core values, and it's long, from doing the right thing to continually striving for perfection, to helping first, to being energetic, competitive, hungry for achievement, honest and integrity, never satisfied, exhibits professionalism, growth-oriented, and so much more. So that's step 2. Step 3, your organization's core values are somewhere in that long list. But now it's time to do the harder work to narrow it down. In your first edit, circle the ones that are truly important and draw a line through the ones that are not. And in many situations, 1 or 2 might be combinable into one. Remember, less is more. 3 to 7 is the goal. Remember, after the first round, you should have the list down somewhere between 5 and 15. And step 4, now the tough decisions come. Through group discussion, debate, and conversation, decide which ones really belong and are truly core. Remember, your goal is to get the list down to between 3 and 7. I'm going to share with you just from an example standpoint. We did this exercise in the insurance agency business, and it took, I'm going to suggest, really all of 3 or 4 months of conversation, debating within our leadership team, et cetera, to really get these fully defined to what I'm going to read to you now, okay? There were 4 core values, and they were servant's heart, dedicated to serving our team, our clients, and our community. Number 2, this is how we play: fun, enthusiastic, energetic, and competitive. Fun, enthusiastic, energetic, and competitive. Number 3, we believe in growth. To have more, you have to become more. And number 4, Team SIA. It's more than business. So when you get to the point where you have created your initial list of core values, don't do this. Don't run out and tell everybody on your team immediately after you've established the core values. Instead, let them simmer for about 30 days and then meet one last time with your group of people or your leadership team to sign off once and for all on the final list. The next step is to communicate the core values to the rest of the organization. This will involve planning, practicing, and a clarity of message. And I know what we did. We kind of had a kickoff event. It was a really fun time. Back when we did this a number of years ago, we had a baseball theme. We had baseballs on the walls because it was that time of year. And that's just what we chose to do because it was who our team was at the core, and it was phenomenal. So let me take you fast forward to current time, to our UPP team, and we have core values and we have a core purpose. Currently, we have 6 core values for our UPP team. These were developed through the exact type of exercise that I just described to you. And our core values, and I'm going to give you something. If you've already got core values, I might challenge you to do this with your own team because it's really brought great clarity to our organization to be able to deliver why we do what we do for independent insurance agents everywhere. Why we do what we do. Okay. So our 6 core values at UPP are growth, integrity, impact, passion, commitment, and gratitude. And our core purpose is impacting people's lives personally and professionally. So when we have a decision that comes to the table, it might be, even a vendor that we're working with, or potentially a new agency that we're going to work with, or anything of the such, or a team member coming onto our team, we look at our core values and we look at our core purpose and we ask ourselves, is this the right fit? And it doesn't meet all this criteria. Do they meet our 6 core values? Does it impact people's lives personally and professionally? And if it doesn't, then it's a pass. It's just a business decision. But ultimately, it will lead to being a personal decision as well. Because we all know that when something isn't going right in business, it carries over to our personal lives. And what we want to do, we want to impact people's lives personally and professionally. We want your personal lives to be as good as they possibly can be. Is it going to be perfect? No. Like my great friend Fred Kramer said, things are good, never perfect. But we want it to be as good as it possibly can be. So let me share with you the tweak that we did. And I'm going to share with you all of the details of that tweak. I'm going to pull back the curtain of our UPP team and who we are and why we do what we do. Okay? Growth. So what I did, I took all of our 6 core values and I challenged our team in one of our quarterly sessions a few months ago to share, well, first of all, to reflect and to go back and reflect on each of our core values and what each core value meant to each team member individually. And I asked them to share that with me a few days prior to the start of our quarterly planning session. Yes, we meet every quarter for 5 to 6 hours to make sure that we are up to date and working as a team to serve all of you. Yes, it's part of our practices so that we can bring the greatest value to everybody we work with. So I asked my team to go back and reflect and write down, just in their own words, what each core value means to them. I'm going to share that with you as an example of an exercise that you can do as well. So I've got four team members in UPP, including myself, and this is what we wrote down concerning core value number 1, growth. The continuous and daily development of our whole selves and investment in building others around us. That was one team member. Second team member, growth. Good, better, best. We never let it rest. Third, 1% better every day. We strive to always improve every single day through personal and professional development. Growth. Number 4, improving every day, causing others to improve every day, being comfortable, being uncomfortable. I love that. And notice the difference with all of our team members. They all think differently, but now we're going to synthesize that and make it part of our updated core values. Integrity, number 2. First team member, do the right thing and always speak the truth. Second, we mean what we say and say what we do. Third, we build trust through responsible actions and honest relationships. 4, integrity, having character in every action and decision made, being accountable and owning every action and decision. I love that. We're all different, but we're all coming together to define why we do what we do. Because people don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. The third core value, impact. 1, first team member, create a positive and lasting effect on those that we encounter or work with. Impact, team member number 2, power is gained by sharing knowledge, not hoarding it. Impact, number 3, make a difference every day. We constantly push ourselves to be our best. We focus on solutions, and we arrive every day inspired to make an impact through our talents, our passion, and our hard work. Impact, team member number 4, causing improvement, change, betterment, or disruption with the result of being greater every day. I love that. Okay, core value number 4, all of our team members, passion, bringing your intensity in everything that we do. You do, we do. Passion, team member number 2, the energy that keeps us going. Passion, team member number 3. We're passionate and excited for what we do and how we do it. With passion at the heart of everything we do, we nurture ideas, inspire excellence, and find creative ways to help our clients become unstoppable. I love that one. And passion, team member number 4, is the state of joy and fulfillment, operating and leading and interacting in the state of the majority of time creates an impactful life. Love it. Our 5th core value is commitment. Team member number 1, do what you said you would do, show up every day. Commitment. Number 2, we walk the talk. Commitment. Number 3, we're dedicated to our mission to impact lives personally and professionally and to delivering a world-class experience for our members. And commitment, team member number 4, complete dedication and stick-to-itiveness to a goal or desired outcome, regardless of the obstacles or challenges that surface. That was the definition of commitment. And our last core value, all of our team members, number 1, no one owes you or us anything. Every moment is a gift, is the first team member's definition of gratitude, our 6th core value. Second team member, gratitude, our attitude. Third team member, gratitude. We are thankful to have the opportunity every day to work alongside amazing teammates and for the opportunity to help forward-thinking, high-achieving independent insurance agents across North America. And 4th team member on gratitude, core value number 6, a state of mind or heart where one knows that each minute, hour, or day are a gift and a privilege that many do not have. That each event does not go as planned, but is an opportunity to learn and improve. These are just out of the mind and the heart of every one of our team members about how they see our core values. Now we're better positioned to fully understand why we do what we do. Because people don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. And as a friendly reminder, as we wrap up this episode, I'm going to say it again. If you don't know why you do what you do, how can other people including your team, possibly decide to follow you or to join your team. I hope this episode has been helpful to you. It's been a joy for me to bring it to you. All we want is to impact people's lives personally and professionally. And all I want, my reason for getting out of bed, is to help you get better every single day. And I hope this has accomplished that goal. And if this is your first time on the podcast, welcome. My name is Mike Stromsoe. I'm widely recognized as a leading author, speaker, and coach for the independent insurance agency industry. You can learn more about myself and everything we do at unstoppableprofitproducer.com. If you're interested in attending one of our live or virtual events, our virtual event platform URL is uppfaststart.com. And our live events are at beunstoppablebootcamp.com. Everything we do in UPP is designed to share with you our best money-making strategies developed over 35 years of research as a proud independent insurance agent 100% of the time to help you grow your business, create wealth, so you can have more freedom to live life on your own terms. And you can find us out there everywhere, including unstoppableprofitpodcast.com. So if this has been of great value, core value to you today, please share unstoppableprofitpodcast.com with any other agent or any other business person you know, so they too can grow, create wealth, and have more freedom. And our podcast is also out there everywhere, including Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, our YouTube channel where you can watch these podcasts live. Just go to YouTube, search Unstoppable Profit Producer, go to the videos. All of our podcasts are there. I hope this has helped you in some way, and nothing is going to happen until you execute just one thing: action. You got this. I believe in you. I will see you in the next episode.
You love the podcast, but don't know where or how to get started? Come join our next virtual training while seats are still available. Register now at uppfaststart.com. That's uppfaststart.com.